The Mementos are here, and I thought this was going to be a zombie archetype, but surprisingly enough, it's not. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And yes, this set is not, these aren't zombies. This is actually a worm monster. I kid you not. By the way, that is 5,000 attack points on this, which is crazy. So in addition to the usual pattern, 3 cards will be getting quarter century secret rare. So this is a earthworm on a level 11 effect monster. And yes, these do include some retrains of some older cards. So Memento, or Mementorial, the tentacle monster, the Nether Skull Dragon, cannot be normal summoned or set. That's our favorite clause. Must be special summoned from the hand or graveyard by shuffling 5 other Memento monsters with different names from your hand and or graveyard into the deck or extra deck. I like how they patch this because right now they have no extra deck monsters. I guarantee you this archetype is going to get some good extra deck stuff. We just need like 1 or 2 and we're off to the races. So if you control no other monsters, this card can attack all of your opponent's monsters once each. And then once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect and special summon a memento from your hand or graveyard. I'm going to be honest with you, this doesn't have a negate. They put 5,000 attack points on this card, and then they went like this. We've done it. Doesn't need a negate. It's full attack points. That's it. That was what they were thinking. Next up is, this is a remake of Tri-Horn Dragon. I kid you not. Tri-Horn Dragon finally gets a new form. So this is Memento Horn Dragon on a 2850, 2350. So we are maintaining the stats of our dear friend here. You only special summon this card with the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you have 3 or more Memento monsters with different names in your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. Summoning conditions aren't the greatest. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle card effect, and target 3 face-up cards on the field, including at least 1 Memento card you control, and destroy them. Now that's not horrible. That is a pretty big cleanup effect, actually. But for having 3 different Mementos down to summon this isn't crazy. Next up is the little horse guy. And not too crazy about seeing this guy remade, but level 5. So this is the remake of the Tatsunochi, I can't even pronounce the rest of that. This is the level 5 Earth 1350-600. So if you control no face-up monsters other than Memento monsters, special summon this from your hand. Okay. During your main phase, you can destroy 1 Memento you control, and if you do, send any number of Memento monsters with different names whose total level equal to or lower than the destroyed monster's original level from your deck to the graveyard. See, my problem is why does it have to be you control? If I could destroy the big guy in my hand, then we could get places. Because the big guy doesn't generate any inherent value by himself. But okay. Next up is the Memento Fairy Witch. And yes, this is a remake of Fairy Witch. This is actually really nice in terms of art. I'm actually really glad that we got another waifu here. So, this is a level 3 dark spellcaster, 800 attack, 1000 defense. Only use the first effect this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special, you can add a Memento monster from your deck to your hand except for Fairy Witch. Yes, this does search. That's what we wanted to see. You can target 1 level 2 or lower Memento in your graveyard. Destroy 1 Memento you control, and if you do, special summon the targeted monster. So, the only things that I could get out of this so far would be you would want to summon this, go search for the level 5, have the level 5 destroy, itself, and then do some dumping, I guess. Next up is the Memento Mace. And yes, this is a key mace retrain. I'm super excited about this one. So level 1 Light Fairy, 400 attack, 300 defense. During your opponent's main phase, if you control a Memorial Telectical, the Nether Skull Tentacle Dragon, quick effect, discard this card, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of it till the end of the turn. As long as we can get the big guy out, sure. During your main phase, you destroy 1 Memento you control, and if you do, add 1 Memento card from your deck to your hand, except for Memento Mace. I love the fact that this card, so at this stage in time, you can witch down, pop, summon, pop this, go search for the big guy. It's doable. And then we have the Memento Goblin. And this is the the Goblin of Riding back in the day. Actually got a retrain here. Level 1 Dark Theme. So during the main phase, if you control the Tentacle Monster, quick effect, discard this card. Your opponent cannot target Memento monsters you control card effects this turn. Well, they really are going all in on protecting the big guy. During your main phase, you destroy 1 Memento monster you control. If you do, send up to 2 Memento cards with different names from each other from your deck to the graveyard, except for the Goblin. Yeah, they actually, as long as you don't get ashed along like the full combo line here, I feel like you'll be able to kind of toggle through these. Now keep in mind that this is 7, 6, 5, 3. Looks like we are missing what would be a level 4 based on how these numbers are panning out here. So I thought the missing card would be an extra deck card, but we're going for 4 to start things off, which means they're opening up the door for extra deck stuff. Next up is the Nether Skull Tempo Mementoron. Alright, we got a field spell. That's usually a good indicator. You only use second pick this card's name once per turn. So if your Memento monster battles, your opponent can activate spell and traps until the end of this turn. Why does it not generate value? If a monster or monster you control is destroyed by battle card effect, target one of them, special summon 1 Memento with a lower level from your hand or graveyard. And once returned during your end phase, target 1 Memento spell and trap card in your graveyard and reset it. Well, this does regenerate something back for us to use, but typically when these field spells don't search, it's usually a clear indicator that we're about to cry. Next up is the Bone Party. Oh boy. So you only use first, second, fix this card's name once per turn. So destroy 1 Memento in your hand or face up on your field, and if you do, take 1 Memento monster with a different name from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon in a defense position. That's doable. We can blow up the big guy in our hand, I guess. During the main phase, you banish this card from graveyard. Target 1 Memento monster you control. If it attacks a defense position monster this turn, inflict damage to your opponent. This is cool that they gave the big guy trample, or piercing damage, but yeah, I told you, they are really all in on the big guy. Next up is the Memento Bone Back. Another quick play. Okay, so yeah, they really do want this field spell to reset these. If you face up Memento monsters you control leaves the field by your opponent, special summon 1 tactical dragon from your hand or deck, ignoring summoning conditions. Okay. I dig this. Leaves the field by your opponent. So that means, yeah, we can ram it in and then summon out the big guy from the deck via battle phase. If your opponent moves a Memento monsters out of your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card. Special summon as many Memento monsters with different names as possible from your hand and or deck. What? This card is amazing, actually. The ability to bring out the Nether Skull for free, and this card's nuts. Next up is the Memento Fracture Dance. Who are you? Okay. Normal trap card. If you control a Memento monster, target 1 card in the field to destroy it. Then if you control these dragon, destroy 1 more card in the field. So it's an Icarus attack as long as you control the big guy. Sure. When an attack is declared involving your Memento monster and an opponent's monster, you can banish this card from a graveyard. All face a monster your opponent currently controls. Lose 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. I mean, this is fine. The pop 2, I guess, feels a little bit better, but sure. And then we have the Memento Cranium Burst. Those are dragon self-destructing. So this is a continuous trap card. You can only activate the second effect of this card's name effect once per chain. Your opponent monsters must attack the Memento monster you control with the highest attack, if able, while you control any. I like that effect. Your opponent activates a monster effect on the field and target 1 Memorial Tentacle Dragon you control. It loses exactly 1,000 attack, and if it does, negate that effect. We have a walking, talking negate. Okay, so here's where I'm sitting right now with this archetype. This seems doable. I feel like there is something here. I do want to see what, because the wording on the big guy leads me to think we're going to get some extra deck stuff here in the future. This card, we get something good for the extra deck. I think this has a lot of potential, honestly. We'll have to wait and see, but that spell card is actually the nuts with the trap. So, what do you guys think? Please, leave a comment down below what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.